What's up guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys all how to crunch the numbers and figure out what your profit's going to be for your first order. And I'm going to show you all the different things like fees and how the whole Amazon payment process works. So I'm really excited for this video because I personally love numbers and money and all that. That's just my thing. I have a weird obsession for it. So I'm very organized when it comes to this stuff. You'll see I'm going to take you guys to my Excel program, and I have a few things in place I put into place, but it doesn't matter. You don't need Excel for this. You can use pen and paper. It works just the same. I'm going to show you the formulas, like what to add, what to multiply to get the end result the same as I do. So let's get right into Excel and I'll show you how I find out the profit. Okay guys, so now we are on my Excel sheet, and you guys once again do not need Excel. You can do this all on paper. I paid for Excel because I think it's useful and I use it for a lot of different things, for my own products and my own finances and all that kind of thing. But you really don't need it. Yeah, maybe in the future I suggest getting it because it's just a really good program. And so I'm going to be showing you guys, this is my unit cost calculator. So this calculator that I have set in place here is going to show you how much your first order is going to cost you and how much per unit. So I'm going to show you, say you buy 500 units your first order, I'm going to show you how to figure out the final number, how much you're paying for that first 500 units, and I'm going to show you how to find what you're paying for one of those 500 units, so per unit. Okay, so it can be a little complicated if you're looking at it, I understand that, but it's really simple, very, very simple actually. So on the left side here, you can see it says product, and I just put letterboard just for example. All these numbers are fake, but they are very close to what the numbers would actually be for this. Just based on my prior experience, I know pretty much roughly what it's going to be around. So once again, it's all examples. So I put letterboard just because we found it in the beginning and it was a good product. So below that, it says number of units, and you come across and you can see per unit. So this is going to be the column for one unit. And then next to that, it's going to be total shipment. And then this is going to be the column for your entire shipment. Okay, so below number of units, we're going to see unit cost, and it says manufactured. So this is going to be the price for one unit to get manufactured. It's going to be $4, and I just made that up. For a letterboard from our supplier, it's going to be $4. And then next over in the next column, our total shipment is going to be 920. And the way I got this was I said, I'm only buying 230 units for my first order. So I simply, I'm paying $4 per one unit. So it's simply $4 times 230. So that brings me to 920. And the cool thing about Excel is if I change any of these numbers and I just come in here real quick and change it to $3, it automatically changes everything for me. It's automated, and I put different formulas in places so that way I don't have to do any work and it's less hard. So let's go back to $4. Okay, so 920 is going to be our total shipment for it to get manufactured, but we also have more things that we're going to have to pay for. The next thing down would be label cost, and that is usually around 10 cents a unit from my experience. So same thing, it's going to be 10 cents times 230 because that's going to be the total number I'm buying once again. So that brings us to $23. And then we go down, logo cost. So that's for them to put the logo onto your product. And then label cost is pretty much the same thing, putting labels on the boxes and everything. So that's going to be 10 cents usually around there too. So same thing, $23. And same way I found it was 10 cents times 230. And then below that, we have shipping cost right here. And I just made this number up. I didn't talk to a supplier because that's just too much work. So I'm guessing about 56 cents per unit. This is all depending on if you do it by boat or by air. So this is all just for example. So same thing, 56 cents times 230. That takes me to 108 or 128.80. So now to find the total amount that you're going to be spending on your first order, you're going to add up everything that has a dollar sign right here. So that's going to take us to $1,324.80. And that is going to be the total cost for our first order from our supplier, hypothetically for this example. And then on the left side, you're going to add up everything with a dollar sign, same thing. And that's going to show us how much we're paying per unit to get shipped to the United States or whatever country you're living in. And that's going to be $4.76. So that's how you calculate your price per unit. and your total shipment to get manufactured, put together, the labels, the logos, everything like that put on, and the shipping. So after we're done with that, I also have another sheet over here. So this is going to be the Amazon product profit calculator. So now that we know the price we're paying per unit, you can see right here, unit cost, it's taking us $4.76 just like before. And this is going to show us, after all the Amazon fees put into place, how much we're actually going to profit per unit and profit for our total order. So once again, I love Excel because I have these two sheets right here hooked up. So whenever I change the numbers on that first sheet, it changes all these numbers too, because it's all intertwined and all the formulas apply to both sheets. And you got to learn all this stuff on your own if you want to do Excel. If not, just listen to what I'm saying of what to multiply and what to add, because you can do it, pen and paper. So product, letterboard, same thing. And then we come over and it says listing price. So this is going to be what we are charging when we are posting it on Amazon. This is our listing price. So once again, hypothetically, I'm saying I'm charging $24.99. Based on the numbers I saw, that seems like a pretty fair price, because it's usually around $19 to $35 that people were selling letterboards. So I came up with the price $24.99. I could go down, I could go up. That's up to you guys. And then you come over and it says unit cost, and that's going to be the same number that we had right here. So per unit, it's going to be $4.76. And so you're going to put that same number under unit cost. Now we're going to go over to something called the fulfillment fee. And now Amazon charges you a fulfillment fee, and that's going to be because they're shipping it and they're boxing it and it's in their warehouses, everything like that. So that is what the fulfillment fee is going to be for. And usually it's around $3, but I'm just guessing. That's roughly what all my products are around. Especially if you follow my strategy, it should be around $3, maybe $2 to $4. So to make all these fees a lot easier, I'm gonna put all the links down in the resources to Amazon, and it's gonna tell you specifically what all the different fees are, and you can apply that to your product in specific. So for the fulfillment fee, I left you guys a link in the resources. It's going to take you to this page, and this is going to make you find out what the size and the tier of your product is going to be, basically. So you can see standard size product tiers, and it's going to show you different times of the year. They may charge you more and less depending, because it's like Christmas. They're probably going to charge, it looks like less for Christmas around that time. And then everything else is going to be a little bit more, probably because it's slower and they want more money. So what you're going to do is you're just going to come here and you're going to know your unit weight and your unit size, because you got to ask your supplier for that. So go ahead and message your supplier, ask them what the size and weight per unit is and the size of the boxes and everything. And that's going to take you to this. So to get the dimensions and the weight, you're going to have to talk to your supplier, and you're going to have to ask them what the dimensions are of the product and what the weight is if you don't already know. And then you're going to come to this website and you can figure out what Amazon is going to charge you for a fulfillment fee. So you can see they have a small standard size, which is 1 pound or less. And then these are the dimensions it has to be in or under. And then the unit weight has to be right here. And you scroll down and they have another one, large standard size, and then you can see the dimensions, and then you just keep going and going, and it shows you pretty much what tier your product is going to be in. Now, after you found out your product tier, you can come over to the next link I have in the resources, and that's going to show you, depending on your tier, what they're going to charge you. Okay guys, so this is the first link I set in place for you guys down in the resources, and this is going to show you what tier your product is going to be. Now Amazon has different tiers, meaning different sizes and dimensions for a product. So if you have a product under about a pound and say smaller than a few inches by a few inches, then you are going to be in a tier for that. And then if it's bigger, then the next tier, and if it's bigger, then the next tier. So my strategy says try to get the smallest tier possible. That way your shipping costs are going to be low when it comes to the supplier side of things, and also the fees will be lower because Amazon doesn't have to ship heavier items with bigger boxes, and that takes up more room when they're shipping it in the trucks. So you want to get your tier size as low as possible, and I'm going to show you how to find that right now. So you have to message your supplier, get the dimensions of your item and the weight of your item. And then you can come down to this link and it's going to show you what tier you fall in. So basically just look at this. You can see these different tiers right here: small standard, large standard, small oversize, medium oversize, large oversize, and then special oversize. So the lower you are, the better. I recommend all of you stay in the small standard, maybe large standard, but I hope not. And then you're just gonna look and see if your item fits these dimensions and weight. So if it's under 12 ounces, then you are good. And it also has to be under 15 inches long, and then 12, and then 0.75. You get this, you get the whole point of this. Basically just check this website. It's gonna tell you what tier you're in. And then once you know what tier you're in, you're gonna come over to the next link I have for you. And it's gonna take you to this website. So this is gonna tell you what the actual cost is gonna be. So if you are a small standard size, it's going to show you right here, January through September, they're going to be charging you $2.41 per unit sold. And then October to December, it's going to be $2.39. I think it drops during the Christmas season because they have a lot more things coming in and out. So they're not really worried about the money side of things. They want to probably incentivize it so more people, want to sell because it's cheaper. And then the rest of the year, it's probably slower for Amazon, obviously, because it's not Christmas. And that way they can up the price because they're more worried about money. Okay, so you could see the pricing if you have small standard, and then you keep going down, and it's pretty simple. Just look at this. It's going to tell you exactly what you'll be paying for the fulfillment fee. And then once you know what you're paying for the fulfillment fee, you're going to come back over to what I have in place right here, and you're going to put the fulfillment fee right here. So I just put $3 just to keep it simple. Now the next thing over is referral fee. And I put $3.74, and that's actually exact for this item because this one is going to be usually 15% of whatever price you're selling it for. So 15% of $24.99 would be $3.74. So I'm going to take you to another website I have for you guys to help you out, and that is going to be this website. So this is down in the resources once again, and this is going to show you what your referral fee is going to be. And you could see it says monthly subscription fee, basically $40, $39.99, and then individual is nothing, which I recommend to no one. I wouldn't do individual. Once again, we've already been over this, or we will go over this. I don't know yet. Where you are at in the course. And then you can go down and see that per item fees, if you sell as a professional, which all of you should be, there's going to be no fee per item. And then individual sellers, there's going to be pretty much a dollar fee per item sold. So do not do that. And then you can scroll down here and it's going to show you the categories. So you're going to find your product category. So if you are selling, let's say an iPhone case, something like that, you're going to come down and try to find your category, so cell phone devices, and then you're going to come across and you're going to see the referral fee. So this is only 8%. That's better than, usually it's around 15. So that's better for you. You would just use 8%, and if not, then keep going, find out what your fee is. I'm guessing mine's 15% for the letterboard because most of them are. As you can see, scroll down, some of them are 20%. So you just got to check this, and that's going to show you what your referral fee is going to be. And once you know that, then you are going to take your total listing price, and then you're going to multiply it by the percentage. So it's going to be $24.99 multiplied by 0.15, and then that gives you your price. And I'll probably throw that up on the screen right here just so you know the formula for that. That's going to give you your referral fee final pricing per unit. And then over to the right, this is going to be Amazon labeling. Now, if your supplier did not label your product for you already, then Amazon could do that for you, and they charge 20 cents per unit. I don't recommend that you have Amazon do that, because if you go through a supplier, usually they're going to do it for cheaper than Amazon, usually around 10 cents, just like I showed you on the last sheet on Excel. So I'm going to leave that as 0 because we already have that under unit cost because our supplier did it. So the next thing over is going to be storage fee. And the storage fee is going to be 40 cents per unit no matter what, and that's just for Amazon to hold your inventory in the warehouses. That's what they charge. Now, if you go over 6 months and not sell that item that they are storing for you, then they're going to up the price more. And I recommend that you only get a certain amount of inventory that you know will sell. So for example, I put 230 units to start. So don't buy 10,000 units to start, because clearly you're probably not going to sell 10,000 units in your first 6 months or whatever. So only hold, especially in the beginning, only hold like a month of inventory. That way you can figure out whether or not it's going to sell quick or slow, or whatever the case might be. Only hold a month, and then later on, when you get a better feel of how much you're selling, then you can hold a little bit more inventory just to make your life a little easier. So 40 cents per unit, and then after 6 months, they'll up it to more depending on how much inventory you have and how big the square footage is that you're taking up in the warehouse. So that's that. And then the next thing I have is cost per unit. So what you're going to do is you're going to add up the storage fee, add up this Amazon labeling fee, the referral fee, and the fulfillment fee, and the unit cost. So that is going to give us $11.90. Now I have it as red because that is what we are spending. So we're spending $11.90 in order to get this letterboard here, shipped to your country, in the warehouses, on your listing, and sold. And through all the fees and everything, we are spending $11.90 every time someone clicks buy on our listing. And then over here, we have profit per unit. So to figure out your profit per unit, you're going to take your listing price, so $24.99, and subtract it by your cost per unit. So $24.99 minus $11.90, and that is going to give us a total profit of $13.09 per unit. So that's good. Usually you like to have your profit around $10. You know, you can fluctuate a little bit less or more. More is always better. So if that goes as high as it can go, that's good. $13.09 is a very good profit per unit. And now the next thing over, profit per order. So the way we find this is we're going to take our profit per unit and multiply it by how many units we got. So our first shipment was 230. So 230 times 1309, and that means once we sell all those 230 items, we are going to profit $3,010.70. So that's how much we're going to be making, and there's no time frame on that. You could sell all that in 2 days, or you could sell all that in 6 months, depending on how good of a product you picked. And that is with all of my, if you used all of my strategies and factors, you should have a good product. All right, guys, so I hope I made this simple. I know it's a lot to take in. Just do all the formulas that I told you about, put it all together, use all the links I put in the resources that we just went over, and you should perfectly be able to figure out what you're going to be profiting per unit, and it shouldn't be an issue for you. And I took 2 courses on selling on Amazon. Both of them were very poor. Honestly, both courses were just poor at everything. So I tried my hardest to make this extremely simplified and really go into depth in it so you can figure out that exact price that you're going to be paying and that exact price that you're going to be profiting, because that's so important. Okay, guys, so that is it. We will get to the next video.